Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. My name is Cherise. Happy Monday. Right now, I am in Beaver Creek this morning. We have a lot of things going on. A couple of movies at Riverwalk Theater we're going to be talking about, as well as some events going on for the week for New Year's as well. And we're also going to be talking about the weather report. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Vail Valley Live starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Valley Live. I'm Trisha Swenson here in our studios at the Grand Hyatt Vail. We just saw Cherise hanging out at the base of Centennial Lift an hour before they open, and there's already people waiting in line. So you can tell that it is the holidays. It's the day after Christmas. Hopefully, you had a wonderful Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. A lot of the businesses, government office, banks, they will be closed today. A lot of businesses observing this as the holidays. So think about that if you're trying to get those last minute holiday gift packages from the post office. It won't be open today. But we're going to let you know about the weather, and then we'll check in with Cherise out there. The weather's brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne, Elevated Savings. This is just right over Vail Pass, driving into Summit County, exit 205. They have outlets on either side of the interstate. Good place to do some shopping and save if Santa didn't bring you what you wanted. But let's let you know what's happening with the weather right now. Rather balmy, 19 degrees in Vail, 20 over at Beaver Creek. So nice and warm this morning. A little bit of cloud cover, kind of insulated things overnight. And we're going to see partly cloudy skies and a high of 40 degrees today. So that is going to feel pretty nice. Very similar to yesterday. Were you out and about yesterday? I was doing some hiking up on the side of the mountains, not on the resort, but kind of more the backcountry, and it was beautiful. Didn't even need a jacket because we were kind of working up a sweat, but just an amazing day yesterday. So we're going to see maybe a little bit of wind, not much, just 5 miles per hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. And then overnight, we're not going to dip much lower than 20 overnight, so that should be really nice. Then a Tuesday, a chance of snow showers after about 11 a.m. And then we'll see Wednesday, same kind of thing. We have some snow. That increases to about 90% on Wednesday and Wednesday night, 70%. And then Thursday, about a 40% chance of showers. So we're going to have some snow likely pretty much throughout the whole week. And this is what open snow is calling for. So by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. On Thursday, depending on what resort you're at, maybe up to 6 inches in Vail on Saturday. So we're going to be ending the year strong and ending the month strong with some good snow totals out there. So this should be pretty awesome. And I think the reason we're seeing the line at the Beeve is because they're dropping the rope on Grouse Mountain. So Grouse Mountain, right next to Larkspur Bowl, Red Tail gets you down there from Centennial Lift. A lot of steeps, some of the steepest terrain in Eagle County is over on Larkspur Bowl. But let's take it out to Cherise and see what we're looking at for those crowds. Cherise, I couldn't believe it.
Hey.
You came live and I saw that crowd behind you. Boy, the word must be out. Grouse is opening.
Yes. As soon as I got here, everyone was already lined up, ready to get get up there. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go after this so I can go test everything out. I know we were talking about some of the new terrain that's open. So Arrowhead and then McCoy Park. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, day after Christmas, I think everyone's excited and they're ready to get up there.
I think so too. You know what? We've got 23 out of 25 lifts open at the Beeve. 73% of the mountain is open. 139 trails out of 190. So it's looking good. And I was able to hit Arrowhead a little bit yesterday. That was good. I saw some good costumes yesterday. I saw some Teletubbies, Winnie the Pooh, and a Santa.
Yeah.
So it's really
Santa.
fun to
Yeah.
see. And then I've seen some jerseys. I saw some Minnesota Vikings jerseys. I saw some Eagles jerseys. So you usually see that, especially if they're playing a game that day. But
Yeah.
so
Did you
we
dress up yesterday?
I did not dress up yesterday. I do have my Santa
Yeah.
hat in my car. I did wear that last week and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it
That
looks
counts.
like yeah, no, no. So the maze. So is it busy on both
Yeah.
sides, or what's going on?
So right now, if you let me just turn this a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
So as you can see, it's pretty busy right here. I wouldn't say it's busy on both sides, but just
yeah.
kind of in right here on this side on the chairlift, it's pretty busy, and people are actually getting ready to go up now. They're kind of slowly letting people in. It's early, but
I
I feel
know.
like they're kind of letting people up right now. I don't know what's going on, but
Oh,
it
you
looks
know
like
what?
they're letting
Hey,
people up.
you know what? I
The line's
wonder.
moving.
I wonder if there's a
Yeah.
first tracks today. So a first
Yeah.
tracks is you get to go up an hour early before the lifts
It
open.
opens.
I bet you
Yep.
maybe that's what's going on because I was like, wow, there's a lot of people in line for 7:30. So maybe that's it. So first
It
tracks, that's
seems
kind
like
of
that
I
would
bet
be
you.
it. I
Okay.
wasn't aware that at first tracks had already started. It seemed
Yeah.
like it's kind of early, but obviously it looks like they're letting people up, so I would assume it's first tracks, like you
Okay,
said.
okay. I bet that
Yeah.
is first tracks. All right, mystery solved. That's what's going on. But people, it is still opening day of Game Creek. So we want you to be able to, get up there, maybe catch the rope drop on some of those awesome steeps. That should be awesome. And then McCoy Park. So from the completely opposite. So uh, for the experts is Grouse Mountain, but for the
Grouse.
beginners and the intermediates, the lower level intermediate, especially McCoy Park. This
Yeah.
just opened up January of last year. So it's in its sophomore year and it has 17 runs and 14 of them are green runs. And it's a really nice bowl, kind of all funnels into the McCoy Park
Yeah.
Express lift. And there it is. This is a time lapse from yesterday. And just opening this past weekend, you can see the people getting up there. There is a little warming hut, which is named after Earl Eaton, one of the founders of Vail, and then they developed Beaver Creek. That's when the sun came out yesterday. That's about when I got out there, a little patch of sun. But Charisse, it's pretty warm, compared to what we were. A lot of times we're doing this show when it's about 1 or 2 degrees above zero, and it's nice
Yes.
to have. It's nice not to be freezing out there. How does it
It's
feel out
it's
there?
nice not to have to wear gloves. Yeah.
I know.
It's so warm. This is yeah. I'm excited. I'm like, wow, this is one of the best days. I remember one of the first shows I did. It felt like it was -5 degrees, and
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
December like 8th or 10th, and it was that holiday ugly sweater
Yeah.
fun run that you were doing, like that you got the interviews, and
Yes.
yes, you could see your breath, very cold and everything. And we're gonna be in the near 40 later on, and of course that's more on the valley floor, like in town. So it is gonna be a little bit cooler up top, but like you don't have to bundle up as much. You could be kind of choosy with your layers. I would definitely. I kind of wear the same thing no matter what. I'd rather be too warm than too cold. And
Been too
mittens,
cold.
mittens is my thing. I do that all the
Yeah.
time. And then, if you have cold feet, one thing to invest in is heaters for your boots.
The
And
heaters. Yeah.
yes, because you
Do you
don't want
have
to.
them?
Well, I had a pair, and then I just got new boots,
Mm,
so I haven't transferred the whole system over yet. So we'll have to see if I can get that going.
yeah.
You know
I need
what?
to hop on that train. I don't have heated boots, but I need to get them.
Yes, yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
investment, and they last as long as for pretty much the lifetime of the boots. Now, so where do you like to go? Where would be if you had the day off today? What would be your choice, and what would be your route?
My choice, I typically stick with some of the blues and the blacks. I'm not the best with all the names, but I think Larkspur's some of the trails up
Yeah,
there. Um, um, So that's one of them, and I kind of just like lap that chair six. I lap chair six a lot,
yep,
and I just kind of I don't know, I just kind of like to make my way around the mountain. Strawberry Park is also pretty cool.
yeah.
I like going up there a little bit. That's fun. But I'm still Beaver Creek's pretty big. Vail's bigger. I feel like I'm still learning a lot about the mountain, but typically that's where I like to hang out for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I think Beaver Creek is less intimidating. So when I moved to town, I
Yeah.
worked at the children's ski school at Beaver Creek. And I kind of chose Beaver Creek to teach kids because I was like, I think I have less of a chance of them getting lost because,
Yeah.
Vail just seems so vast and everything. But
So
once you
mad.
get to know
Yeah.
Vail and the ins and outs, I think we're going to go to Vail today. I've got my cousin in town. His son came up as well. His son's luggage
Nice.
didn't make it. So luckily,
Oh,
he
yeah.
already had his ski boots here. He flew home from California, so he's
Mhm.
got his equipment, but he's wearing his dad's, extra ski jacket and everything.
Sure.
I think there was a lot
Yeah.
of lost luggage this weekend. I heard that in the last couple of days, DIA had canceled about 1,000 flights throughout that winter
Yes.
storm, and then even
Yes.
yesterday, things were still being
Mhm.
canceled. So if you happen to be flying out, maybe you've already had your vacation here, always check with your airline, find out what's going on before you make the drive all the way down to Denver. If you're going on a DIA, a lot of times there could be
Yeah.
different things happening with the Eagle Airport. I always say it's great flying in an Eagle when it
Yeah.
works. But there's
When it
always
works.
that chance that it doesn't work, and then you're like, uh-oh, do I drive to Denver? What do I do? So travel,
Yeah.
holiday travel, it's been a tough one.
It it has. I had actually had some friends that were supposed to go home on Friday, leaving out of Denver, and their flights got canceled, and they were only just able to rebook, and they're flying out tonight. So they missed Christmas. They did it. They spent it here, which is not bad at all. It's great.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be here, but they weren't able to go home, and they took them like hours. There was like 7 hour waits to talk to someone on the phone, and it was just like a
Oh,
mess, all
I
because of
know.
the storms. But luckily, they were able to get it rebooked. So I think the travel is picking back up, and people
Well,
will be able to get
yeah.
home.
And you know what?
Yeah.
And luckily, they were able to
Yeah.
hang out here. Like you said, not a bad place to be
Exactly.
stuck. You're right here, like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I have to go ski again. Yeah. So, well,
Mhm.
hopefully, if you're traveling today, hey, roads are looking good right now. But we've got the road report coming up. We got our Vail Daily report coming up. Sharice, we'll let you wander around. Now there's nobody behind you in that line, so they did
Yeah.
go
They
up.
all went up.
They did go up for first tracks, but we've got a lot of fun things happening up at the Beeve. So stay with us. We've got more coming your way.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Hi, my name is Carrie Mae Wack, and I'm with the Eagle Valley Library District, and today I'm at our Eagle branch featuring our Spark Studio. So this is our maker space lab, or the place where you can come try new technology. We have software, hardware, pretty much anything that you can use to make and create. We have some sort of version in our maker space. Thanks for checking out the Spark Studio with me today. Make sure to come back to the Eagle Public Library and check it out for yourself. Hello, my name is Carrie May. Did you know that your local Eagle Valley Library District has after-school programming? We have What's Up Wednesdays in Eagle, we have Thumbs Up Thursdays in Avon, and Friday Fun Club in Gypsum. These activities are geared towards elementary-aged students and include art, science, and interactive activities. Either call your local branch today or check out evld.org to see what's happening after school at your library this week.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live on this wonderful Monday morning, the 26th of December. A lot of schools are out, of course, and then some government offices, banks, they are closed today, and many businesses, many offices, they're observing this as their holiday. So maybe you have the day off. What are you going to do today? Well, we got a few ideas for you from the Vail Daily. So pick up your copy today. On the cover, some beautiful scenes of Minturn, and you can see the snowy peaks surrounding Minturn as well. And Minturn leads us into our headline for today, Making History in Minturn. Town Council makes it official in the creation of its Register of Historic Places by adding the water tank designation. And that's a famous water tank that has the Minturn emblazoned on it. But cool, a lot of history in Minturn. You know, Vail is celebrating its 60th anniversary, but Minturn and Eagle and Redcliffe, oh, they've been around for decades longer. So if you have a chance, head out to Minturn. It's a cute little town with some fun restaurants and shops, and it's just a few miles west of Vail. So cool to see what the town is doing to kind of mark these historic monuments here in the town. But also in today's paper, oh, we're talking mountain lions, living with lions. In the winter especially, mountain lions are all around us, even if we can't see them. You know, they're pretty stealthy little critters, but beautiful at that. I've never seen a mountain lion. I have seen two bobcats going across my driveway one morning, and I was working from home. This was during COVID, so everyone was at home, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I grabbed my phone, I got down low by the windowsill and got a great shot of them. But just really beautiful to learn a little bit more about these critters. So check this out on page A2 in today's paper. Now also, law enforcement, an inside look at local law enforcement. The Avon Police Department's Citizens Academy helps break down the barriers. So it's really cool. You actually kind of live a day in the life. You learn a lot more about what law enforcement does, and they've been doing this for a while. And so here's a look at the Academy graduating class of 2022. This was done in November, so kind of a neat thing that they have going on with Avon Police Department. If you want to learn more, check out their website and see how you can be a part of the next one. And in sports and outdoors, Schifrin's 2022 highest highs and lowest lows. The American superstar is moving right along after a year that ran the full gamut. The picture below, that was, of course, at the Olympics, and then, you know, she's won so many races. It's just what an amazing career. But, you know, she will say, hey, I've had my ups and downs, and I'm getting through it. So kind of neat story. So find that out on page 822. And then, hey, you want to find a new restaurant to go to? Well, Eagle has a brand new hangout. It's called Social Oak, and they're serving lunch and dinner with an extensive menu of international wines and creative cocktails. And of course, look at this food. It looks absolutely amazing. So you can read more about that on page B1 in Arts and Entertainment. And then Town Talk, Vail Live, kind of find out what your friends and neighbors are doing, who's got a birthday. Looks like they were doing a lot of giving at the community market, a lot of people volunteering. So check out this page. And if you want to be in the paper, hey, hashtag Vail Live on your Instagram, and maybe they pull it and they'll put it in the paper for you. So, all right, some cool things to see in today's Vail Daily. You can pick up your free copy out on newspaper dispensers, just pretty much on every corner of the county, or you can always go online to vaildaily.com. Now, as far as the roads are concerned, we're looking pretty good. I was driving in, really no problems on the interstate, but we still have some snow-packed and icy conditions on the side roads, the roundabouts, parking lots. So when you're coming in off the interstate on the on ramps, off ramps, you're coming in hot, slow it down a little bit because it does change quite a bit. Now, we could see our weather affect the roads this week. You're also going to see a lot of traffic. We're going to have full parking structures. This is when you want to carpool. This is when you maybe want to take the bus in. This is when you maybe want to just figure out what you're doing and where you're going to go and at what time you're going to get there. Getting there early is going to help you get a parking spot at pretty much any of the structures. So get everyone up. It's time to go. The lift's open at 8:30, everybody. But let's take it out to Charisse, and we're going to talk about a few things going on around town. You know, if you're not skiing all day, it's kind of hard to ski every single day. Sometimes your legs just can't handle it. And one thing about winter vacation is always like going to the movies. I remember that when I had Christmas break from school. It was always fun to go to the movies. Yeah, Charisse, you know, it's kind of like you have your summer blockbuster blockbuster movies, and then you've got the ones that come over Christmas. So we've got a few of those. And are you an Avatar fan? Like that whole series? They've got that in
Yeah,
2D and 3D.
3D. So I would recommend, at Riverwalk, I actually recently saw Avatar in 3D. So I think if you see it, don't do 2D, definitely do 3D.
Okay.
I just feel like it makes the whole experience better, especially with it being Avatar. So I did see the first one, and it's pretty cool being able to see the second one.
Yeah.
I saw that down in Denver recently, but it's a really good movie. But definitely keep in mind, you're going to be there for a couple hours, guys. So hopefully you like Avatar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so did you wear the glasses and everything?
Yeah, so I went to one of the movie theaters where you get to recline in the chairs. They
Oh
bring you
yeah.
out food, drinks. You get to order with the server, like the whole thing. And I did wear the glasses for 3D.
Okay. Oh, fun, fun. And then also we've got I Want to Dance with Somebody, you know, real fun, you know, looking at the life of Whitney Houston. And then Puss in Boots, Last Wish, animated film. This is always great. And what I love about the animated films is that even though you think they're kid movies, there's always something that the adults are going to enjoy too. Like maybe there's a fun little pun that they throw in and it's kind of more adult humor, but like it goes over the kids' heads, but you get it. I mean, it is very
Exactly.
enjoyable to still watch these. So Puss in Boots, Last Wish, that's happening. And what I love about the Riverwalk Theater, and we also have the Capitol Theater down in Eagle Ranch downtown. The Riverwalk Theater, they've been really up in their food game. They've got their brisket nachos on the Opry Ski happy hour from 3:30 to 5:30. Out on the patio, they have $3 off tacos and all beer and wine. They got their patio open all year long. They've got awesome snacks. You know, they've got coffee and stuff too. And then of course you're gonna have your movie snacks, your popcorn and all the candy. Hey, what's your go-to movie candy?
Movie candy? That's a good question. Okay, I don't know if this is a movie candy, but I really love I think they're like lifesavers, but the gummies,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
obsessed with gummies. So
yeah,
I would say those are probably my go-to. And then maybe like some chocolate, probably Reese's or
yeah,
I used to like what are those like raisin nuts or something? I
oh
don't
yeah.
eat them as much anymore.
Right.
It's
You know,
so random, but
I think you know what? I don't even know if they sell them in regular stores, but if I go to the movies, I get the Junior Mints. Remember the Junior
Junior
Mints?
mints.
So good.
Really? Can you eat a lot of them? Because I'm like, after a couple, I'm like, okay, it's a lot of mint going on.
Well, it is,
The
and
thin
you know,
mints are great too.
yeah. Then you usually get the big box, so it's always good to kind of
Uh-huh.
share those around and
Just share,
everything.
yeah.
And they've
I'll get
got
myself in trouble. I could eat the whole box of lifesavers. It's a problem.
oh yeah, all the little lifesavers. Yep. So those can be your
Uh-huh.
go-to
The
snacks there. But also a few of the things going on, especially if you have kids out of school. We've got some vacation art camps happening at Alpine Arts Center. Have you ever been there and taken a class?
I haven't, but I want to. I don't. Do you know all the classes they do? Do they do a pottery class?
Oh yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm not okay, I thought
Yes.
so.
Yes,
Yeah.
they've got the pottery wheels. I've never done that, but they've got everything from like for the adults, they have cocktails in canvas, cocktails in clay. I also was there when they were making scarves. So they have this
Oh wow.
long, long tray. It's about 6 feet long, or maybe 5 feet long, and then they have these white scarves, like silk scarves, and then they pattern the water with like they drop different paints in there, and then you make a little design, and then you lay your scarf on there, and it's so pretty. It's just really amazing. So yeah, some cool things. Go to the website, and it'll give you some ideas. What time they're doing cocktails and canvas, cupcakes and canvas. They've got it all, but they've got some art camps going on right now that happen 9 to noon. In case you want to, just your kids want to take a little break, they've got it for you. And then, hey, this afternoon, après ski. So, Cherise, where are your go tos for après ski? Like, if you wanted to listen to some
First,
live music.
okay, so are we talking Vail or Beaver Creek?
Well, let's talk Vail.
Okay, so Vail. There's so many options. So I love Two Arrows. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
been in there. Like they've got during the day like coffee vibes, and then at nighttime it's completely different. They'll have a
Yes.
DJ in there sometimes. But for opera, I love Two Arrows. If you're a local, everyone knows the George, of course. Going there for a quick, cheap drink.
Yeah.
That's always really nice. So I'd say Two Arrows, the George. Those are typically my go-to. Also, El Segundo. I've been going in there a lot.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
really high quality margaritas. They only need
Yes.
about one after opera.
Yeah.
But I would say those are probably my main go-tos. What about you, Trish?
You know what? Probably like, yeah, I love El Segundo for their tacos as well. You can maybe sometimes just do a late lunch
Tacos.
and get over there.
Yeah.
But Red Lion, today we got Johnny Schlepper. He'll be playing opera from 4 to 6. And then Brendan McKinney is going to be over at King's Club Lounge. And okay, if you want to really feel like you're in Europe and skiing the Alps, head to the Sonnenalp because the whole design of the hotel, it's run by Europeans, owned by Europeans. The decor, the feeling, the menu. They've got Glühwein on the menu, which is that mulled wine, that warm spiced wine. They've got the German style pretzels, charcuterie boards, but that's a real cool place. They've also got the Bully Ranch with the mudslides and the burgers. But I like that piano bar at King's Club Lounge. So we got Brendan McKinney playing there, and he will be there from 7 to 10 p.m. Then today, Tavern on the Square, right in Lions Head, they're gonna have the Evolution. So that's a fun, high energy band. You know, sometimes it's the Evolution duo, the trio, the full band. You know, who knows what they're gonna have.
Yeah.
That'll be over at the tavern, and they've got two sets. One for opera, and then they take a little break from 6 to 7, and they go from 7 to 10 again tonight. So, yeah, and then Andy Seifert's going to be at the Red Lion later, going on. So, yeah, we got a lot happening for live music.
A lot going on, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with New Year's coming up, Christmas just ended. Like I think we're getting in the full swing of like all the events in the village and just all over. I'm excited.
I know. And we're going to see the
Yeah.
people arrive. I think a lot of people are getting here today if they weren't already here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it should be cool. But if you want to kind of get away from it all, I know that Walking Mountains does these awesome guided hikes. Today, they're taking people to Camp Hale, which is the brand new national monument. This is where the 10th Mountain Division trained for battles in World War II. And it's hard to believe that at one point, Camp Hale housed thousands of people. I think there was about 16,000. The number kind of, I hear 13,000, then I hear 16,000. Anyway, it's thousands of people who lived in that Pando Valley, and all the buildings, there's really no remnants of those buildings, maybe a little bit of foundation, but really, really cool and historical tours. So if you want to go on that, it's going to start at 9 a.m. So check in with Walking Mountains, walkingmountains.org for more details if you want to go on that guided hike. And then also, hey, we're celebrating Vail's anniversary, and this would be a good time to go on one of the walking tours. And this is brought to you by the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. I think it's like a $5 or $10 suggested donation. And then Ron Mooney is their guy that's going to take you all around. And he knows so much about the history of Vail, town of Vail, Vail Mountain. So that would be a good thing to do if you're taking a break from skiing. I guess that's on Tuesdays. So that's a Tuesday thing. Yeah. And then, oh, Charisse, there is another tour on Vail Mountain. So this is called the Vail Legacy Stops, and you can see these little signs on different places. Like I just saw the sign on Avante, and it said Avante was a kind of a phrase used by the 10th Mountain Division as like going forward, moving on, like moving ahead. And so they talk about that. So it's kind of cool. And you could do a self-guided tour as well. And Vail.com has this for you. And it'll give you an idea of why they named the runs, what they named them, what's the history behind it. Maybe it was named after someone. Why was it named after them? All that. So kind of a cool little thing that you can do, the Vail Legacy Tour. So, yeah. But Charisse, did you have any friends coming into town? Or were you entertaining anybody? Or are you just working this whole time?
I mean, I would say between entertaining, not working too much, but I definitely got to entertain people that I didn't think I was because they missed their flight, like I was saying. So, so my friends were like, "Well, we were supposed to fly out on Friday," and I was like, "Cool, I wasn't expecting to see you guys." So they all came up from Denver, so I got to host them. We went snowboarding, showed them around Vail. It was really nice being in the village yesterday on Christmas. I feel like last year it wasn't as busy. There wasn't as many people out. Much stuff wasn't open, but everything seems to be like open. And yesterday, with it being Christmas, most people are at home, but everything was busy, and it was really nice just being in the village and seeing everyone.
I know.
Did you have any friends come visit
Well,
you? I know you have family.
Yeah, my cousin and his son came in last night, so we took him out for like some live music and then some dinner. But one thing to do, if you do have guests in town, it's kind of fun to make this. This can be a group activity. You can make overnight oats. Have you ever had overnight oats in the jar?
No, I've been wanting to do that. So I eat oatmeal, but I've been wanting to do the overnight oats. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up. I'm like, it's too simple that I'm like, I'm gonna mess it up. There's just no way it's this easy.
Well, believe me. I mean, I burn water, so if I can make them, you can make them. So let's show you this. This is what Allie Stevens was seasoned to taste. Here's more. Here's how you make it. Pumpkin spice, it's not just for lattes anymore. We're going to tell you how to make overnight pumpkin spice oats. We're with Allie Stevens with Seasoned to Taste. And this is something that you can have for breakfast or a fun little snack.
Yeah, you can treat it as a healthy protein-packed pumpkin pie for a different alternative. It just has those comforting fall flavors that you can grab quickly. You just have to wait for them to be done overnight.
Yeah, overnight oats. You need to wait for the oats to kind of absorb all the liquids.
Yes, make them digestible first. So.
Okay, well, tell us what we need.
All right, so we have just a few ingredients, and we're gonna start with, we have unsweetened almond milk.
Okay. And you could use regular milk if you wanted to.
You can use any milk you like, yes, absolutely.
And then we've got the oats, and these are the rolled oats, right?
Yes, you want to use rolled oats. They will not turn to mush. If you use the instant oats, you'll notice that they're a little mushy in the morning.
And then all of these, this is what really brings out the pumpkin spice.
So we have some maple syrup here, and you can use as much or as little as you like. I don't think you need any more than a tablespoon.
Okay, and then this is the same kind of pumpkin puree you'd use for pie, right?
It is, but it's not pumpkin pie. It's just pumpkin puree, organic pumpkin puree.
And then how about this?
So this is plain Greek yogurt. Add a little extra probiotic and protein in there, and some vanilla as well. So just about a half a teaspoon. And then we're gonna do some chia seeds.
Yeah, and chia seeds are really healthy for you too.
They are. They'll add fiber, essential nutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, and then some ground cinnamon, and then some ground nutmeg to top it off.
Okay. Now, if you don't have the actual nutmeg, can you use?
Oh yes, they sell it ground already. And then you stir this all together, and then just pour it in here.
And it really needs to last, several hours. Overnight is a good judge. 6, 7 hours.
You could do 4 to 6, but it would be best. It's called overnight oats, so it would be best.
So and have a little patience.
Right.
Plan ahead.
So in the morning, you'll pull one out, and you can add some more fun toppings to this. So we have some more plain Greek yogurt here, some toasted pepitas. which are raw pumpkin seeds that have been toasted.
Keeping with the pumpkin theme.
And then some toasted pecans. And again, just finish it off with a little shaving of your nutmeg.
Thanks, Allie. Allie was seasoned to taste with pumpkin spice overnight oatmeal.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting the outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact your Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live on this Monday morning. For many people, it's a day off. The banks are closed, post offices are closed, a lot of the government offices are closed, and of course, the kids are off on school break till pretty much almost the whole month of January. No, just kidding. But they do get a lot of time off coming up here. But we're going to see partly sunny conditions today, warm temperatures as well. We've got 20 at Beaver Creek right now, 19 over at Vail, and throughout the morning, we'll see that inch up into the 30s and the upper 30s, even the 40s, probably down valley. So it's going to be another warm one, very similar to yesterday. But then we do see some snow, a chance of snow coming in for your Tuesday, about 20% during the day, and then increases to 70% Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we'll see that storm come through as well. So temperatures remaining rather balmy for your Tuesday, Wednesday. A little bit cooler on Thursday. We've got 21 for your high. And this is according to Open Snow, some of the accumulations we think we'll get out of this. So maybe 2 inches at Vail and Beaver Creek for Wednesday, maybe 4 and 3 for Beaver Creek and Vail on Thursday, and maybe 1 to 2 on Friday. So not a lot out of this. Maybe by Saturday, look at those totals on Saturday. Saturday could maybe see 6 inches at Vail and 5 over at the Beeve. So we're going to end the month with snow. We're going to end the year with snow, and what an amazing year it's been. We've already received 129 inches of snow over at Vail. So well over 100 for this time of year. No new snow in the last 24 hours. We've got 75% of the terrain open at Vail, 208 trails open, and 25 lifts out of 33 lifts. Now, we still don't have Game Creek Bowl open yet. They changed that from a 4-person lift to a 6-pack, 6-person lift. That'll increase uphill capacity by about 50%, which is good. You sometimes get some long lines back in Game Creek Bowl. Not the case anymore, but they're trying to get that open during the holidays, so maybe we'll see a rope drop on that pretty soon. And then we have a brand new chairlift that's coming out of Sundown Bowl that will meet at the top of chairs 7 and 3. So right by the Wildwood restaurant, there's a new ski patrol hut up there as well. The other weekend, they had a helicopter going in to kind of help with some of the construction of that lift. So hopefully that'll be opening soon also. But they've been working hard on both of those lifts to get them open and ready to go. Hey, pay attention to the crawl at the bottom of the screen. That's going to let you know what's been groomed in the last 24 hours. If you're looking for some corduroy today, that's a good way to go. And please consider your ability level and in your group's ability level. Because when you put people that are more of a beginner or a lower level intermediate on terrain that they're not going to feel comfortable with, it kind of reverts them. Even if they've done really well on the green runs, and then you bring them on something that they're not quite ready for, it's okay to push it and try to like, hey, test it out. But if they aren't doing well and kind of getting back in that power wedge, especially with your kids, don't say, oh, my kid can ski a black diamond run if they're doing it in a power wedge, because it's not technically a good sound foundation for their skills. So get those skills perfected on the lower level terrain, and then they'll progress better and be better skiers and riders if they feel more comfortable on there. So just my little tip of the day for you. But let's bring it back outside to Beaver Creek and find out what Charisse is doing at the Beav. All right. So, okay, we got a lone snowboarder. He's heading up there.
Yes. He's making his way over there. Still a couple of people, I think they're just going up, and then, once they come back down, they just keep lapping, keep going back up.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, totally.
yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Vail Performing Arts Center. So this is their 25th anniversary. I was just in there last Thursday. They were dedicating this Dale Chihuly chandelier. Right by, you go in the lobby, and then there's a big grand staircase that takes you down. A lot of people don't even really know where the building. I'll be like, where's the building? I'm looking for the Vail Center. And I just tell them, you go to the ice rink, you take the escalators down, because it was basically built, a deep, deep, deep hole in the ground was created, because Beaver Creek, when they decided to do this, they didn't have a lot of land to work with. They're surrounded by the slopes. But they said, hey, we've got this little area, and we don't really have a village. And so that added all those extra shops in Market Square, all those galleries. It added the ice rink, and then below it is about a 535-seat theater, 2 stories, balcony. So, but we got to see the new Chihuly chandelier. And originally, they wanted Dale Chihuly to create a chandelier for that space. They even flew him out here. He saw the space. But then some other things took precedence and priority and pricing and everything. So 25 years later, they finally have their Chihuly chandelier, and it is quite gorgeous. But we've got some shows coming up this week. Sleep at the Wheel is going to be playing tomorrow night. We also have the Led Zeppelin 2, the Led Zeppelin tribute band. They'll be here as well. And then Neil Berg's 50 years of rock and roll as we roll into the weekend. So there's a lot going on, especially for the 25th anniversary. There's going to be some big shows, and they do tend to sell out. So have you been to the Vail yet, Charisse?
So I haven't yet. I know the Nutcracker that was supposed to be playing, and so I was supposed to go a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't in town, so I there's just so much I haven't done yet. I mean, there's so much to do, first of all, but I have not been to the Vail Center just yet. But it is on my list, so I'm gonna. By next year, which is a week away,
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to get over there. What was the last show that you saw there?
You know what? I think it was last year for dance. There was like a ballet performance. So, we have the dance festival that happens in the summertime, but then we have dance performances. A lot of times maybe the same groups will come back. And I think this year they're doing a commissioned work for the 25th anniversary. Which one is it? I'm not quite sure, but there is a special dance performance that's coming that'll be in celebration of the 25th anniversary. And then on March 3rd, they're bringing in Norah Jones. So that's a pretty big name act to have right here at the Vail. And that'll be the official kind of opening evening for the celebration. The 25th anniversary celebration will be there. So 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now for this. Like, do not delay. The procrastinator. Oh, it's already sold out. Oh my gosh,
I
Leah.
was just gonna ask. I'm
It's
like, is
already
it sold out already? Because I know, yeah. I was like, it might be sold
Yes.
out because I know it's a pretty big show.
I know, I know. You know, when I kind of feel like, Nora's career kind of started, kind of around that same time that Valar started. So I think it's very fitting that they have her there. So that should be super cool. But speaking of anniversaries, it's Vail's 60th anniversary. We talked a little bit about the Legacy Stop tour that's going on, but it's a real pretty fascinating story. If you go by the Colorado Snow Sports Museum, they're going to have all sorts of displays and really highlighting this anniversary year. Oh, and we've got the Legacy Parade that happens up on Vail Mountain on this Friday. So that's super
Friday.
cool. They have a ski down, and they have people that dress up in the white camo, like their winter warfare camouflage, and kind of in like the old equipment type of thing. They got like a Willys Jeep
Yeah.
up there, so that'll be a fun thing to go to on Friday night. And then usually that proceeds down Bridge Street and then goes up to the Snow Sports Museum. So that's a super cool thing.
Yeah.
Are we going to show that little video? Okay, so we've got a video, Charisse, talks about Pete Seibert, Earl Eaton, the founders of Vail, and how they really discovered this place that we all now call our home mountain. Let's find out more.
So we came over here in 1957 in March. I came over with Earl and we climbed to the top of the mountain.
I think the first time I got interested in Vail was just driving up the highway. I was interested in skiing and was looking at a lot of mountains.
We had to break trail all the way, so we had about a 7-hour trip. But once we got up on top, why, you could see how natural it was. There was a noticeable lack of wind. The snow was relatively undisturbed. It had just about everything that I was looking for.
The dream was, as most dreams are, it was a vision of a developed ski mountain with a European-style village at the base of the mountain.
That's so cool to think about. They hiked up, took them hours and hours, breaking trail. And one of the reasons why, this area wasn't developed, we have a basin, of course, Aspen was a ski area long before we were. A lot of those already had towns, like they had mining operations going on there. There was nothing here. There was a couple of sheep ranchers, cattle ranchers, and there's nothing else going on. And let's bring in Charisse, and we'll kind of talk a little history for a little bit. So Charisse, when Earl Eaton, who grew up just outside of Edwards, he'd already been to the top, and he had seen the back bowls. And when he met Pete Seibert, he said, "You want to open a ski area? I've got an idea. Like, look at this place." And they saw the back bowls and how they were kind of already naturally formed. And Blue Sky Basin was a part of that original vision. Blue Sky didn't even open until the year 2000, so quite a few decades after 1962, but it was always in Pete and Earl's mind. And that's why they have Pete's Lift and Earl's Lift, because it's named after those guys. And that was part of the vision.
Yeah.
It wasn't like people just like thought it up like in 1980. No. It was always the plan to eventually open that up. So Blue Sky Basin,
Yeah.
it is open and you can go there now.
That's exciting. Yeah, I mean, even living here, it's going to the ski museum. It's pretty exciting learning so much about Vail, like stuff that I didn't even know of. I'm sure people have lived here for years, and you go in this Colorado Ski Museum. I took my parents actually when they came to visit. My dad was in the military, and I mean, we spent like a good hour in there just watching all the documentaries and how Vail started, and it's really awesome, like just the backstory of Vail and how all of this got to be here. So
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And the whole spirit of like those early days. And I guess for opening day, which was on December 15th, 1962. So Rod Slifer, who came over from Aspen. He was a ski instructor over there. He and Maury Shepard came over. You know, Pete Seibert was coercing all these people, like, come to Vail, come to Vail. And, like, really, they were kind of just taking a chance on this fledgling resort. And I read that Rod Schleifer said, you know what, that day that we opened, we were all so busy, and we were all just so task-oriented on opening. We didn't even congratulate each other. We didn't even think about it. He goes, I can't even remember what day it was. Like, it was so busy. And their gondola, where Gondola 1 is now, that was a little 4-passenger gondola. It was the brand was Bell. It was Bell Gondola. And they'd ordered it from Europe, and it really wasn't scheduled to be completed until February. So they're like, They were on the phone. They were talking to shipping and barges and all these different people. And they're like, no, we're opening up on December 15th, like, not February.
Yeah.
So that was all, like, but it was a pioneer spirit and a can-do spirit of the early, inventors of Vail, basically. And so, yeah, that history can be found. There's a lot of great books on it. I've got about 5 books at home that are great coffee table books, but are just really, really fun to look at. So if you still need a holiday gift for somebody, you can maybe give them a little gift of some history and find out more.
Yeah, especially at the ski museum, they have a lot of like books and souvenirs, and yeah, so that's a good place to get some information and books if you're trying to look for gifts.
And you know what? And they are starting their Tales of the 10th. So this was done for years by Sandy Treat, who did this well into his older years. He passed away a few years ago, but they're bringing it back, and that'll be this Friday as well. So the Legacy Parade, the Tales of the 10th, you could really make an afternoon, early evening out of it if you wanted to. And I think it's good to, like, introduce your kids to this history. So they're going to have this going on Friday. Chris Anthony will be doing it, and Chris Anthony just did his movie. He's in the Climb to Glory movie, which is the documentary they did a few years ago. And then he did Mission Mount Mangart, which is touring the country right now, actually touring the world. He's been overseas to show it. So he's going to be there. This will be super fun to check this out. It's a suggested $5 donation to the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. And that'll be just a wonderful way to learn more. Snowsportsmuseum.org is where you can get some details. And just a lot of, and they're doing the Hoo-Ha pop-up shop. Okay, Charisse, have you seen this cute clothing line by Hoo-Ha?
I have. I met her, like the owner. I met her a couple times. She's really sweet. The clothing is so fun, especially on the mountain. You know, we all like to dress up, look cute, but also very functional. Keeps you warm. So I think she did a great job between like looking cute, but also being actually warm. So yeah, the clothes are so cute. I love them.
Yeah. So and there's our very own Meredith. She is doing some modeling for Anna Touchstone.
Yes.
And Anna, went to college for design, and now she's doing some fun things back on the ski slopes, making fashion just fun and a little bit more about the looks. Then that's what she said. She's like, you know what? It's not all about the skiing. You could have fun, and they just do some cool designs. And she was also featured in a fashion show down in Denver, and received some awards for that. So it's been a good year for Anna. So support them. They're going to be over at this Snow Sports Museum with a pop-up store on the 28th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So a good thing to do. And what's so nice about the Snow Sports Museum is that you park in the structure or get off the bus, you're usually walking right by it. So it's real easy to get to, and it's just a cool thing to check out. So, okay, awesome. Well, we got that going on. So a big week of a lot of happenings and celebrating our 60th anniversary in style with a lot of educational offerings for everyone. But let's take a little break. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a little break, and then we'll come back and give you a few more ideas on what you can do today and this week and this season. Stay tuned.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Grand Hyatt Vail, Hyatt's newest luxury resort in Vail.
All right, thanks to the Grand Hyatt for this weather and mountain report right now. Before we send you out on your way, we're going to open the lifts in just a few minutes, 8:30 for both mountains, Vail and Beaver Creek. We're going to have another kind of a balmy day. You know, we had all that cold weather that came through the area last week. And we've actually been doing the show at 1 degree above zero, a few degrees below zero for quite a bit of December. So it feels rather balmy out there. But we're going to have temperatures near 40 degrees for the afternoon. Right now, we're in the 20s and the upper teens. And we're going to be checking in with Sharice in just a minute to see how it feels. But it's going to be partly sunny. And then tonight is when we start to see about a 20% chance of showers. And then that really increases Tuesday night as well. So we'll have some showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday. And then our temperatures will still be warm again tomorrow and on Wednesday. But by Thursday, we'll see the temperatures drop a little bit. And we'll also have some wind come into play. But then we're back into the 40s for the weekend. Wow. It's quite a mixed bag out here. That's why it's layering. It's always good to bring the layers so you can always change it up. Here's snow total predictions from opensnow.com. So by Wednesday, maybe 2 inches at both resorts, 4 at Beaver Creek for Thursday, 3 over at Vail, and then about 1 or 2 on Friday. Saturday looks like it could be the day where we see some more snow. 5 inches possibly at Beaver Creek and 6 inches over at Vail. But that's a little ways away. It's hard to really predict things that far in advance, but that's what we're kind of looking at. So enjoy some of the sunshine today, because it looks like once we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll have more cloud cover. And what that means is you're going to want to wear the goggles. That'll help you see the flat light conditions, something with a lighter lens. Today, the darker lens is fine. Layering wise, I think definitely it's better to have it than not. You can always bring a backpack. There's lockers up on the mountain. There's lockers at the base. I tend to just still wear the same thing. I've got a balaclava on pretty much till April, and I wear my mittens till April as well. But let's check in with Sharice and see what it feels like out there. Like I mentioned, 8:30 is when the lifts are opening, and that's at Vail and Beaver Creek. Oh, you made it over to the snow globe.
Snow globe. Yeah, just hanging out in the snow globe.
I love it.
I hadn't come over here before, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And the little plaques that give you the information on what it is always so nice. So,
yeah. You know what,
yeah.
Sharice? During COVID, I gave walking art tours, basically. And they had
nice.
5 art installations that they did. You know, this was one of them. When you go down the escalators, right below you, all those skis that are mirrored.
Oh yeah, that picture.
That was really cool. And then the truck, do you see the truck maybe up very close to the slopes, and it kind of looks like it's a bread truck and everything. And then the big goggles right down by the ice rink.
Yes,
That's another
yes, I've
part of
seen
that.
those. Those
But
are
they
fun.
had all these really fun kind of photographic opportunities. And so I would lead these little art tours, and that was in there. Hey, have you ever, go inside. Are you inside there? No, go inside because
Yes.
I'm telling you, the acoustics, like somebody should do a little concert in there because it's really fun.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds. Do I sound different?
Yeah. You do.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, it's kind of it's an auditory thing, but it definitely sounds different
Yeah.
inside
It
of you.
sounds different in
Yeah.
there. All right, so you got the ticket office behind you. Really no lines, so this is looking good
Yeah,
right
there's
there.
no line.
Okay. Okay.
It's so
Perfect.
early too, so I'm like, the lines haven't started yet, so you're
Okay.
good to go.
Do
Here
people
early.
not know that Grouse Mountain is opening? We got Grouse Mountain opening today, people. You got to head out there. Hey, and then right next to the ticket office, the newly expanded Coyote Cafe. Now, Sharice, have you been to the Coyote?
I've been there once. The nachos are pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the nachos
Okay,
are really
yeah.
good. Well, the Coyote is
Yeah.
the oldest bar in Beaver Creek. It had a different name when it first started. You know, Beaver Creek is 42 years old right now. They opened December 15th, 1980. But that space has always been a bar, and they did a big renovation. They closed last spring when the mountain closed, and then they weren't open all summer, basically, and then open again late fall for the new year. But they kind of expanded into what used to be part of the ticket office, and it changed the bar location. But they still have a lot of the memorabilia, a lot of the old photos. They have a lot of old ski patrol photos. So if you were a patroller back in the day, there's a good chance that your kind of class photo is up on the wall somewhere in that place. But
Yeah.
great margaritas, a wonderful tequila selection, the nachos. Yeah, if you're looking for something like that. And now sometimes they serve breakfast, you know, because there's not a lot of breakfast places. So you might be able to find a little brekkie over there in the mornings. So that could be
Yeah.
good.
No, it's pretty awesome. Have you had their breakfast?
Yeah, yeah. Burritos, yeah, they're really
The
good.
burritos.
And you know what? I
Yeah.
might have to go there today. Hey, it's 8:32. We got to get rolling. I got to go skiing. I got my cousin and his son waiting at the house. So we better get out of here, Sharice. But thank you so much for your reporting today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
You guys.